right, everybody get in the back. Let's go Grant, Mike, Wes.
What were y'all doing to turn the ball over so much in the first half, and how did you fix it?
Well, to be honest, Grant, I mean, we went 5 minutes without shooting the ball. And the fact that 5 minutes without shooting the basketball, and they were, again, when I start talking about our team, I don't want to take anything away from Florida because Mike White is a terrific basketball coach and did exactly what we thought he would do coming in here, play small ball, use speed, and go after it. Most of them was on that end. I couldn't tell. They might have had a lot to do with it, getting their hands on it. But the way we turned it over, we can't do it. I mean, and it came from guys that we kind of don't handle on the ball. But to win a game after going 5 minutes without attempting a field goal is tough to do. But our guys stayed in there. You know, we were 9 for 9 in the last, 4 minutes from the free throw line. Didn't handle the special situations on the baseline very well. Again, I just didn't. I thought we talked a lot before the game, but I don't think we came out and did anything that we talked about in terms of our game plan. But you've got to give Florida credit for that because they hit a couple bombs early that I thought got us back on our heels. And why, I don't know, but we did not do a great job with our ball screen coverage early and got spread out more than we wanted to be spread out. But the turnovers that we had, there's no defense for it. And those are one that just take your breath away. We're too many games into the season for our guards to turn it over the way they do. It's just not respecting the game, not respecting the ball, not respecting their teammates. And I don't know if I've ever coached a game in my entire career 5 minutes without taking a shot. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, what in the world's going on here? But I think you got to give Florida credit for it.
What did you like about what Justin gave in the second half? It seemed like he played really well despite not scoring, and also John.
You know what? Justin is getting so much better defensively, and why? You can ask him. I mean, we've told him all year, and I think he's really bought into it. And maybe, again, I mean, Justin had only played 10 games before he got here, and is really a real freshman, to be quite honest. But I think he's a smart player. He does handle the ball well, but he's made a conscious effort to make sure that he's not a weak link on the defensive end. And he's gotten so much better the last couple games, and we need him to do that because what he brings us is important to us. I thought John, I don't think we would have won the game tonight without John. Our post guys in the first half, I don't even think they scored. I didn't see it, but I don't think they scored. They didn't do much of anything, and at the end of the game when we needed to get some buckets and get control of the game, John made a couple really nice plays and had to guard DeRushi a couple times, which is a really hard guard for him, but he worked as hard as he could. And again, I appreciate the fact he did take himself out when he felt like he couldn't go anymore. But we wouldn't have won this game without John tonight.
Rick, how nice is it to have a guy like Santi who teams are obviously coming after him, they're getting physical with him, and he's still able to find ways to kind of wiggle through and get off shots and lead the team?
Well, the thing about Santi is, and you're right, they do come after him every night. And I told him, I said, that is the ultimate compliment that you can get. And I said, the more they do that, the better you're going to become as a player. Because, one, he's a very intelligent player. He works hard. Any and everything that he can control, he's going to control. He extremely effective moving without the ball. You know, forget the points he scored. He created a number of those points for John because the guy guarding him is not wanting to leave him. And, you know, he and Josiah are really the glue to the team. When, you know, Joe played a lot of minutes tonight, it's just those two guys, first of all, they're totally locked in to a scouting report. I mean, when we echo it in, they're the ones that are coaching their teammates out there. But both of those guys do so much that doesn't show up in a box score. And but Santi, I think when you get in elite shape, when you work as hard as he does, you deserve the things that are happening for him right now.
We'll go Ben, then Ryan. Do we have a mic on this side? We have.
Some of the post players struggling with being inconsistent. Maybe have to rely on that small ball line.
Yeah, but again, we can get the ball to the lane, whether it's with a guard driving. If we can just attack that area, that puts pressure on the defense, and we can get to the foul line. But I don't understand why Olivier gets the ball in there some, and he doesn't even think about scoring. I don't know, because he works too hard in his game not to do that. Folke, you know, the way he played tonight, where he's working in space, helps him a lot. And Urosh, again, got himself in trouble, fouls, just silly fouls, and matchups weren't there for him tonight to do anything, because, you know, when they went with DeRuzy at the 5, or, you know, it just, or, you know, he can't guard it. You know, they first half, give Mike credit, they came out, took advantage of that matchup right off the bat, two straight times, went right at Urosh, and we had to size down to it. But we need those guys. We need more consistency from them. And but again, I mean, our guards will get them the ball, but they've got to give us something. They do. They need to give us something. We're by this time, we should already know what we're getting from them, and we still don't know that. Well, again, I told Kennedy when I took him out of the game, I said, this is where you got to grow up and understand the game. You come out of the half with 2 fouls. You can't foul in the first minute. And I said, first of all, actually on that play, Urosh had done a really nice job with DeRush. He had guarded him well, and Kennedy reached in and fouled him. And, I mean, DeRush might have scored the basket, but he still reached in. You can't do that. And then we knew we had get him back in, and we were planning on alternating those two. Probably as big a part of the game for us was with Santi. We had to put him back in at the end of the first half, so the game didn't get away from us. And you know, then we got it down, and actually, as poorly as we were in the first half, we got a great look at. I think we could have got it down to 3 at halftime when Josiah missed a corner. We hammered the backside and got a great look at it. But Santi coming back in those 2 minutes was critical for us at that time.
Mike and then Jackson.
What happened with that? Say something?
Yeah, well, you know, there's always chirping going on in a game, and I can only tell you, I told our team after the game, you know, I understand being competitive and getting after it, but we're going to have a class program, and you know, there's sometimes you just got to move on. And again, I get it. Believe me, I played the game once, and so I get it. I do, but we're going to do things in a class way. You know, we got warned with Urosh talking to the other team's bench. That's not going to happen. I mean, that's not going to happen. I don't want any player on our team disrespecting any other coach and staff by just being immature is what I would call it. But we're going to be classy in the way we do things. Do I want to play with emotion and fire? Absolutely. But we're not going to get technical fouls. We don't need it, you know. But again, some of it, you know, both teams are going at it. But think about it. That's what got Santi to the bench. That double technical foul was his second technical. And and I think this time of year, we're at the end of January. They always start heating up right now. And we're not even into February, March yet. We got 6 weeks to go. And it's a tough job for referees. It really is. Mike White made one of the smartest moves I've ever seen made in my life as a coach. They gave him the ball, and he told him he wanted him to check it. That's a good one. And he got a free timeout, and he came out and drew up a great play and got a three-point play. Never seen that done in my life, so I know. I mean, that's a really smart basketball play. They gave them the ball, and he says, go check it to make sure. Yeah, that's great. I can't imagine it. I don't think within the rules that can happen, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think any of the officials, I mean, think about it. Coach asked you to check in the last 2 minutes, but I'm not sure when the team's up that's got the ball, it will be addressed, I can assure you, by the rules committee. I can assure you of that, you know. I am on the rules committee, and but I don't know what the rule says, but give Mike credit. That's a smart play on his part.
And Coach, how would you evaluate Jamal's performance?
You know what? He did. The reason I took him out, I mean, he had 2 shots. He can score the ball, you know. I mean, and he can drive the ball. He went in and got a rebound, offensive rebound, came up with it. But he's got to go in the game, and he's earned those minutes. But we can't play 5 against 4. We can't do that. And he's going to play. He's going to continue to play. He is, because we got a lot of confidence in him. We sized down there at the end, but you know, he's going to have to learn some special situations. And again, I am disappointed with the way we didn't handle the ball there at the end of the game.
Grant and then Ben.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the weekend to go back to Texas?
You know what, and you guys might not believe this, I really haven't thought about it because I've always been able to stay locked into what we're doing right here. But starting tomorrow, I do know I've got to talk to a couple of old people, buddies of mine back there, that I can tell you what I told the fans out there. I've got incredible respect for the University of Texas. You know, I spent 17 years there, and there's not a person on that campus that I don't have great respect for. I've got 2 former assistant coaches that left to become head coaches, have gone back on Chris Beard's staff. I know Chris Beard. I know there's going to be a lot of my former players will be there. They understand me probably more than anybody. They know that I'm not going to let anything get in the way of our preparation to win this game. And will it be different? I don't know. I'm 7 years removed. You know, I'm a Tennessee Volunteer. I really am. And you know what? I will. Texas is a big part of me and always will be, but I've been gone 7 years. And this is the last year of the Irwin Center. And again, I coached in there for 17 years. A lot of fond memories of it. And after this, and think about it, we're up on everybody in the league that hasn't been there. They're going to be in our league within the next year or two, whenever it might happen. So it'll be a trip now or every other year. But you know, when doing it, and again, I think it's the right thing for our program. It's part of the challenge, and it's a basketball game we've got to get prepared to play. They had a big win last night. I do know that, on the road, and it's hard to win on the road anywhere, and they had a very convincing win against TCU, and so I'm sure they're feeling good, and we're going to have to play better than we played tonight. I will tell you that.
Rick, after that big quarter run in the first half, Zakai came out and hit some big shots and had the block. What did you see about that?
Well, you know, when Zakai comes in the game, normally something good normally happens, even if it doesn't show up in the stat sheet, because he's going to create some havoc on the defensive end. I keep telling him he needs to be a little bit more like Santi, getting off the dribble, passing the ball, getting lost, because he really can shoot the basketball. Hasn't shot it as well as he's capable of yet. He really hasn't. But I like it when we move the ball and we get lost and get the kind of movement that we need. But it's what he does with his all-around game. Again, when he comes in, it seems like everything gets ratcheted up a little bit.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
We'll see if it goes away. Huh?
Yeah, I don't even got those. Oh, Brooklyn.
Represent.
Those Brooklyns.
All right, who wants to start something? Have go Ben West.
Zakai that stretch in the first half after there was a big run, come in and knock down some big threes, and then that block. What did you do that kind of led to some success for you?
I think it was just the energy. That's really played the biggest part. Just me bringing energy and trying my hardest and playing defense on the other end. And my teammates they got me to open shots. It wasn't like I came off the dribble and did something. It was my teammates, and they know on the defensive end I'm gonna give it my all, and that just translated and kept going and going.
What do you think about the bank three? How made you laughing?
Huh?
The bank three.
When I first shot it, I was like, oh, it's good. And then it started curving. I said, huh? I don't know. And hit the bank. I was like, it went in. Next play.
West.
I know that every shot's a big shot, but it seems like the bigger the moment, like the more accurate your shot comes from long range. Anything to that? I mean, why is it that the big shot seems to go down?
I feel like just not even just the big shot in the big moment. I just feel that I'm comfortable, and my mother and father always told me to be comfortable, and then no matter the circumstances, and be myself. So that's what I think it really comes down to. Just me being myself.
Grant and Mike.
What do you guys got to do to take better care of the ball in some of these games?
I think it's just concentration. We didn't come locked in Florida, they came out hard and punched us first, and that knocked us off our feet, I feel like. And we went back in the locker room, we spoke amongst players and knew, like, we can't turn the ball over. We turned the ball seven possessions in a row, turned it over, and that should never happen no matter what.
You guys have had some chippy moments the past few games, Vanderbilt, LSU notice. Where's the kind of change in attitude and a little bit more chippiness coming from?
I think it's just us winning and other teams just the fire coming out. And I can understand it because I hate losing too. My teammates hate losing, so I can understand that fire coming out of other teams. But I think it just comes down to us winning the basketball game.
How do you make sure that chippiness and attitude is always a positive thing?
Never letting it get too much. Olivier says this all the time. We're here to win a basketball game, not to fight. And that's what it really comes down to.
Jake?
As a guy, whenever in the first half you were directing traffic a couple times and kind of motion Kennedy one way, what's it like whenever you guys are on the floor and what are these like the others, you know, the 2 or 3, just kind of able to direct one another and have 2 point guards and have that mindset?
Oh, it's great because I know if say I can't get open and he's there, he got the ball, he can run the point. Or say if he can't get the ball, I can run the point. But it's just great because not everybody gets to play with a point guard of such like Kennedy, and it's a really good feeling.
Reese?
When Coach Martin says that teams are guarding you guys to be so tough, how do you guys get him open and find threes? I believe you need 5, and how do you guys still find a way to get him open?
Really screens, and to get open shots, you got to give somebody else open shots. So I feel like he's one of the better screeners on our team amongst the guards, and that really helps him a lot. Just him screening people, and that could get himself open.
Rick Barnes says when you check into the game and stuff usually happens. What do you think it is about your game that makes that happen?
Defense. I feel like defense and energy. I know that's my role, to come in, not so much to score the ball, get 30, 20 in a game, but to change the game defensively and just to get the team going, get the crowd going a little bit. So that's what I think it comes down to.
Everybody good with Scott? All right, Scott, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I said none. I just left.
Everybody good back there? All right. Let's start us off with Santi. Wes?
Santi, a little chippiness there in the first half. You were given a technical one. What went on there? Just some chirping or shoving or what?
I think that was just a cheap play. We both got on the floor. He said something. We both got face to face. We didn't even. We didn't say nothing to each other. Like literally nothing. We're just standing face to face. Nobody even touched each other, and the ref just went with the tech. So at that point, I looked at him and I was like, I can't do nothing about that.
Grant?
Do you like the attitude of this team the last couple 3 games, I guess?
I definitely like it. I think that this attitude is helping us a lot. Also, it's putting like a target on our back. Teams that will know that we always have this attitude, so they're gonna come prepared. But also, I think it spikes us even better. Like gets us to a point where everybody's focused and all that. If we can like put all that energy into winning the basketball game, I think it's gonna help us even more.
Jake?
Where do you think that attitude comes from, and do you think Zakai contributed any of it, just given how energetic he's been in his first few weeks?
I think for sure he has contributed a lot to the attitude that the whole team has now. Same with Urosh, same with even the other guys like Joe, Olivier, Folky, and all the other guys. I think they kind of change your mindset, and I think that's also what we need, but also not losing the focus that we're here to win a basketball game and not to win a fight. That's a phrase that has been said many times now in the locker room, so I think that, like I said before, just if we can focus and put all that energy into winning the basketball game, I think it's going to help us huge.
Go ahead, Reese.
Do you know that tied a career high for you tonight?
I did not until somebody just told me right before coming in here, and at this point I really don't even care. I'm just happy that we won. The whole team is happy, and we just got to keep moving forward.
I guess on off that, what's going through your mind when the ball's just falling through the bucket as easily as it did tonight?
I think I'm just focused on the game. I really don't think about like, oh, I got to shoot next one. Just like I feel for the game. Just keep playing the game the same way I play all the time. Just like I said, it's a feel. I don't know how to explain it, but it doesn't mean if I made one that I'm going to definitely shoot the next one. If I see a teammate that has a better shot, I'm definitely going to give it up. And I think they do a great job also setting me up and putting me in the right spot to get shots for me.
Coach Barnes says that teams are keying in on you recently. How much have you noticed that?
I think I had that question either last game or two games. I think it was last game. And you just feel a difference like we do against other teams. When you know another team has a shooter, you kind of try to stay a little closer, and that's what I feel also with my team. And I think in those moments, one of the biggest difference that I can do now is since I know my man's probably not going to give me a lot of space, even when I don't have the ball, I can set screens for the other guys in the team, get them open, and that helps the whole offense.
Mike, then Grant.
You guys go to Texas next, where obviously Coach Barnes was for a long time. How do you just keep this about the game and as players not make it any more than that?
I mean, I think we know it's going to be a big game. They're probably going to do a video at the beginning. There's going to be probably a lot of people since Coach Barnes' first time coming back. But I think same thing. I think that's going to get us fired up, and we got to take it the right way. We got to put all the energy into winning the basketball game and just not getting like just staying focused on the game and trying to win a basketball game because that's what we're here for.
Your numbers are consistently there just about every night. Is there anything you don't like about your game right now? Like when you watch yourself on film, you don't like?
To be honest, I really don't think about that. Probably my numbers are the least thing that I think about right now. We all more focused about winning games, making everybody happy, keep improving as a team, and just think about the bigger picture right now.
Ben?
What needs to happen to eliminate turnovers?
Excuse me?
Eliminating the turnovers, what do you all need to do as a point guard, not just shooting? Eliminating the turnovers.
I think that we got to be, sometimes we can get a little sloppy. I think that passes are going to be there when, and other teams are also having a little more pressure with us, and I think we just got to be more careful with the ball. Get down one more dribble that's going to get you open to make the next pass, or the people that don't have the ball set better the screens and all that kind of stuff, so we can eliminate those kind of turnovers. There are turnovers that we get credit. I think it's really, really hard to end the game without a turnover, so we know there's a couple that are going to happen. But basically focusing on making the right decision every single time that you can, and just knowing that other teams are going to try and run the passing lanes.
Jake, did I skip you earlier? Are you good? Anybody else? Go ahead, Wes.
I know we talked about this a little bit, but when teams kind of get physical with you, as a player, how do you kind of respond to that without getting in trouble like this? I mean, because you probably want to stand up for yourself, but you have to be careful because things happen.
Are you talking about in the game or once the ref whistles?
In the game.
I really like that, to be honest. I just like when other people get physical because it lets me be physical too. And of course, like, ref can't call anything if they've been physical too. And just learning how to use your body better, coming up down screens or whatever. I think that just learning how to set it up and how to play with them, I think it's just one of the biggest things, and that's kind of pretty much what I grew up playing, like down screens and all that kind of stuff. So even if they get physical, I think I like it because it's just, I don't know, it just helps me also to be more focused.
All right. Santi, thank you very much.
I appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir, it is.